Hey, I've got a question for you. It might sound a little silly, but I really mean this. How bad of a sinner are you? How bad of a sinner are you? You know, one of the dangers for those of us who have been in church for a long time, and I mean, I get more churchy every day. I used to be a journalist, now I'm a pastor. I spend most of my time talking to my elders, my staff. I still talk to unbelievers, but I'm just surrounded by believers, and it's easy to forget that every one of us not only is a sinner, but like apart from Jesus, we were each a hopeless sinner, and that churches should look more like hospitals than they should look like cruise ships. There should be bloody people spiritually. There should be messy spiritual people. There should be people whose lives are broken, people who are wrestling with addiction, marriages that are broken, people who've really messed things up. A healthy church has people like that in it. You know, sometimes you hear it referred to as a true born again, someone who wasn't raised in the church, or they had wandered away and then they had a radical conversion. The church isn't all people like that. Timothy was someone who grew up in the church, but Paul was someone who had been really a pretty radical sinner. A healthy church has a mix of both. There's always new blood, new believers coming in who've just been transformed, and it's all amazing. And then there's mature, stable believers, and those two need each other. The new believer needs the mature believer to say, whoa, 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 you're getting real excited about Mormonism. Well, let me save you some time. It's a cult. It's not the truth. Here's a book about it. And it's dangerous. There's poison in that teaching. So a new believer needs the mature believer, but the mature believer, and that was just one example, needs the new believer just as desperately to get that youthful passion, that zeal, that, wow, I was blind, but now I see. I was dead, but now I'm alive. So I love it the way Paul captures this in verse 15 when he says, here is a trustworthy saying that everyone should accept. Quote, Christ Jesus came into the world to save sinners. And then Paul adds on, and I'm the worst of them. But may we never forget that the church is for sinners. The gospel is for sinners. We who know Christ have been left on earth to do the work of reaching sinners. So if we don't know any sinners, if we're not ever around any sinners, we're not going to be able to do that. So let's be inviting those in our lives who don't yet know Christ to know Jesus and to find the forgiveness we found in him. I'll see you tomorrow.